All right, as you join us here, Fox Weather Hurricane HQ, and continuing to track Tropical Storm Kiko as it passes north of the Hawaiian Islands today. And it's not going to go unnoticed. We did just get that latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Fortunately, it is well to the north of the Hawaiian Islands. And as we look at least at the forecast, we have no tropical storm warnings, no advisories, because we're not even worried about those tropical storm force winds impacting the island. So it could be a little gusty. That would be one component. So again, no warnings in regards to Tropical Storm Kiko. That's a look at the latest cone, by the way. The latest cone showing some of that gradual weakening. We'll get through today and tomorrow with Kiko's closest approach to the islands, and then we'll see it weaken as it heads further to the north and west. We have meteorologist Michael Estime joining us this afternoon out of Hawaii with the very latest there. Michael, I'm sure you saw the latest advisory as well, but remembering that we're East Coast, you are Hawaiian time, 6 hours behind. So the sun just starting to really come up and greet you for the day.
Yeah, Marissa, good afternoon to you. And of course, if you're joining us perhaps from Hawaii, good morning. It's just after 6 o'clock in the morning. And good news is that what was Hurricane Kiko has now been downgraded, as you know, to a tropical storm. We're still, of course, feeling the impacts from it. Raining off and on pretty good here so far. As of the latest advisory, of course, you can see winds have been knocked down to about 45 miles per hour. Our barometric pressure is at 1,007 millibars, with the movement still toward the west-northwest at about 14 miles per hour. So here's the problem. Right now, we are on the island of Oahu is where we are. It's basically home to, of course, Waikiki Beach. It's also home to Honolulu. And what we're expecting is for these waves that you're seeing right now that are, a little moderate, I would say, in intensity, this will only grow in size through the remainder of the morning and then into the early afternoon. Really, it's the high surf warnings that are going to be in play for the eastern-facing shores. Those warnings just started a moment ago, literally at 6 a.m. Hawaiian time. Those high surf warnings are going to last until 6 p.m. this evening. And here's the problem. National Weather Service at times calling for 10 to 15-foot waves. Perhaps not necessarily here right away. Here's what the timeline rundown looks like, though, with winds at times picking up between 20 to 30 miles per hour. The big island of Hawaii, that's where we were yesterday. We're expecting now through about 10 o'clock in the morning or so is when you'll experience the biggest waves. And then in Maui, about 8 a.m. Hawaiian time through about 3 p.m., 9 to 12-foot waves. And then here in Oahu, we're expecting those waves to really start to pick up, especially late morning and then into the afternoon with 9 to 12-foot waves as well. Rain, it's coming on down at times. We're only expecting about a ½ inch to 2 inches generally, but a couple of spots, and let me tell you, it was pouring here, just pouring here, Marissa, about 10 minutes ago or so. It was one of those tropical showers, and I'm telling you, I got soaked from head to toe and everywhere in between. I think on the high end, we could see up to 2 to 4 inches, but that would be in the way high elevated regions where the mountains are at, is where we would see the 2 to 4 inches of rain in those really high altitudes. Otherwise, Marissa, what we're going to be watching for is high tide. Our high tide cycle around 3 p.m. this afternoon. And of course, you factor in the high tide cycle with Tropical Storm Kiko's closest approach, and that could be when we'll see at times, and we're going to reestablish a live shot a little down the street here in the next little bit, because we were told that there's waves kind of crashing up and over some of the break walls and into the streets. So we're going to see if we can establish that shot safely. But that is what we're going to be contending with on not just the island of Oahu, but all 8 islands throughout the day today, and then into early tomorrow before finally Kiko's punch, if you will, and the fringe effects are going to be diminishing as we head into Thursday. So, Marissa, I'm telling you, it is it's something to see, that's for sure. Thank goodness, though, Kiko, of course, not expected to make any sort of direct landfall effects on any of the main islands. So in that sense, we're really happy and fortunate for it. We, of course, do need the rain. Maui needs a little bit of rain, but the big island of Hawaii in spots literally like Hilo, in an over 40-inch rain deficit. So the rain is certainly needed, Marissa.
So we won't be closing the 40-inch rain deficit, but as you mentioned, any little bit of rain is going to be helpful. And for perspective, Michael, you're just starting your day. in Oahu, right? It's just after 6 a.m. local time, so you're also kind of getting the lay of the land. It is a beautiful sight of the beaches. Obviously, noting the concern if you're in the water or trying to get into the water today, it could be quite dangerous. You know, one of the things we talked to you about earlier when you were at least at the Big Island was just that enhanced moisture, and noting that some of the dew points are elevated into the 70s. But I saw that even by the end of the week, we do dip back into the 60s. So that sticky feel, I guess that would be one sign something's close by.
Oh my gosh, it is so interesting. Like when we woke up this morning, I stepped outside and I had my glasses on. I didn't have my contacts in just yet. They immediately fogged right up. And that just goes to show, to your point, the fact that the moisture content outside is pretty dramatic. And here in Hawaii, from what I understand and what some of the locals were telling me, is that it typically can feel a little bit more dry, but right now it feels like Miami, Florida. It's warm, it's sticky. It's one of those kind of soupy sort of mornings, which again, isn't bad news. They need the rain, and hopefully some of this added moisture will help to wring out some rain, especially in some of those parched spots. We're literally in 68% of the state of Hawaii right now is in a drought. Parts of the Big Island of Hawaii itself have a 1% extreme drought. So to your point, Marissa, we need the rain, and it looks like we'll see at least a little bit of beneficial rain here from Kiko.
Yeah, you know, any little bit we can get without any organized rain bands coming through, just here and there getting some quick bursts of where we need it. Best case scenario. Either way, appreciate the check-in. Meteorologist Michael Estime joining us out of Oahu this morning. We'll be checking in with later throughout the day. Thanks, Michael.